Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with another Funko Pop unboxing for you. This time we have almost the entire set of brand new Funko Pops for the new Marvel movie, The Marvels, that just hit theaters this weekend. I have gotten a chance to see the movie. I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on the film and give a little mini review for you. And then of course also take a look at all of the Funko Pops that we have today. Now this movie had so many figures that came out with the wave. There were all the comments and then there were just as many exclusives. So I want to say total there were about 15 different Funko Pops, and I'm sure we're even going to get more Pops from this movie from a second wave because there was a lot of really cool stuff to happen in this film. Now before we get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, you do enjoy Funko content, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button, also leave a like in this video as well. It does make a massive difference for us, and if you never want to miss a video, you can always hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. So I want to start with my quick thoughts on The Marvels, which I was able to see on Thursday night, and honestly I really enjoyed the film. It was such a fun time. I did really enjoy the first Captain Marvel movie, and now I thought this one was way better. I thought the pacing was really good, the fun upbeat energy the entire time, while still having a really real conflict in the middle of it, just building on all of the different stories that we've seen before from the first Captain Marvel and of course Ms. Marvel and WandaVision. It was really cool seeing the three main characters come together with Kamala, Carol, and Monica. They all brought something unique to the table, and I really did enjoy all of them, and all of their powers looked really cool in the movie as well. Now the movie is not necessarily going to be the top tier Marvel that you think of with Infinity War and Winter Soldier and Guardians, but I still think it is really good when you look at most of the movies that have come out in Phase 4. I definitely say it is up there, right up there with like Spider-Man No Way Home and Shang-Chi. Maybe right after that, along where like Black Panther Wakanda Forever is. I'll have to go back and look at my MCU rankings now, but I really did enjoy this film. So I think if you're just going in looking to have a fun time with a good Marvel movie with a lot of characters and just have a blast, I think you'll really enjoy The Marvels. But now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and start by taking a look at all the Funko Pops we have today. And we'll go ahead and start with the character who has top billing in the movie, I would say, and that is of course Captain Marvel. And I think this is such a cool looking pop with the new updated suit in there. And in the movie, the way they do get the new costumes is a little rushed, but I do like the look of the costumes. I still really like her original costume too. And Brie Larson did a great job portraying Carol and Captain Marvel. I really enjoyed her throughout the film, and she always looks great. Her powers always look super cool on the screen and do look great in this pop as well, where she has those fiery fists and then she's floating in the air as well, which is always cool to see in a pop. I think the hair looks amazing as well, and just again the suit, the texture on the suit and everything in that detail is really well done. And the next character that we'll go with is going to be Monica Rambeau, aka Photon. Now it's interesting, they don't actually ever call her Photon in the movie. They actually make a joke in there, an ongoing gag of them trying to come up with different names for her. At least Kamala's trying to come up with different names for her. But I think Photon's a good one. We'll see if they actually call her that in the future of the MCU. But I think the pop is really cool, and this one's actually not the comet. It is the PX Previews exclusive glow-in-the-dark Photon. And I'm actually kind of going to consider this a little bit of a spoiler because this hasn't happened until the very end of the movie. I won't spoil what actually happens when she kind of gets her powers and kind of goes her full power mode, especially with her eyes lighting up and everything. But it was definitely a really awesome moment. And I think this figure looks great as well. She is floating in the air too, just like Captain Marvel. You can see towards the bottom of the figure on her legs, it actually becomes a different color, a little bit more translucent, as that is a part of her powers where she can kind of manipulate energy or matter. And they also did an amazing job capturing the hair. That's one thing Funko has done a whole lot better over the past couple of years, is getting unique hair for different characters. And then to finish out the Marvels, the next figure that we have is my favorite character from this movie, Ms. Marvel Kamala Khan. She was an absolute delight to see in this movie. I absolutely love her. We need Miss Marvel in more things in the MCU, and it looks like if you stay till the end of the movie, you'll know we are going to see much more of her. And Amal Vellani is an absolute treasure. She is perfect for this character, and again, she was just a scene stealer every single time she stood out as my favorite character from the movie and quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in the MCU. And the Miss Marvel figure really does look great. When I first saw the photos of the suit, I didn't necessarily love it, but I do actually kind of like it in the figure, and I did like it in the actual movie in action. I still prefer that original one though. But the detail on this figure is definitely super cool. The way that she's using her powers, so she has a little bit of that embiggened fist on the right hand, and you see with her left hand it looks like she just kind of slid it in front of her, so now she created kind of a platform or something that she can throw at someone. The next pop we have is the legend and the man behind it all. It is Nick Fury. Last time we saw him in Secret Invasion, it wasn't really great. It kind of left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. I think a lot of people really started to sour on the MCU when they saw Secret Invasion more than they kind of already were. Me, I didn't like Secret Invasion at all. I think it's probably the worst project that Marvel Studios has done to this point, but I still do not think that the MCU is dying in any sort of way, and the Marvels proved that the MCU can still go to some pretty cool places, and Nick Fury is definitely going to be a part of that as we saw him in this movie. And Samuel Jackson's always amazing as Nick Fury, which is one of the reasons why he's a fan favorite. You see him back with the eye patch on after he did take it off in Secret Invasion. He has the classic goatee, just a little bit of gray in there. But the thing that sticks out about this figure is what he's holding in his hand. It kind of looks like a little cat sticking out of some sort of case. But if you saw the movie, that's actually more Flerken, and so he's holding a little Flerken in his hand. That's a pretty big kind of plot detail in the movie. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And the next figure that we'll take a look at here is going to be the villain of the movie. This is Dar-Benn, played by Zala Ashton, who I think did actually a really good job. She wasn't the most terrifying villain, but I think she brought a little bit more like personal stakes. A lot of other people might have played it off just a little bit more generic, but I think they did something with this character that was pretty unique with the way that her views on saving her people and everything like that. But unfortunately, she didn't really come off as like a world ender or anything like that, so you always knew that Captain Marvel was always going to be able to save the day from it, but she did give him a little bit of a fight. And she did have a pretty cool design, especially with the way that her hair looks. I think that looks great on the pop. She has the hammer in her hand, a very similar, it might be the same one that Ronan the Accuser was using in Guardians of the Galaxy, and she is in a little bit of a nicer pose where she's kind of walking forward, a little bit better than just your normal static pop. And the final figure that we have from this set is going to be Prince Yan. And this was a very, very small point of the movie. I want to say he was only in it for a few minutes, but I did enjoy at least the part on his planet when they go to. It was kind of funny, and then the whole battle that happens after it. He's not really too important after the fact. I actually don't know what happened to him now thinking about it in the movie. But the character is kind of like a people pop, but he definitely does look like a prince, where he has that really fancy kind of coat on, and he does have the crown on his head too, and that long flowing black hair. Well, there we have it, guys. There's our look at all of the pops from the Marvels that we were able to pick up, but there were so many more than these ones. Now, ones that we have already shown off in the past are the Marvel Collector's Core Funko Pops. There is a Captain Marvel one, which is really cool, and then there's also one of Goose. And then there are some other exclusives, including a Miss Marvel exclusive that's exclusive to the Funko shop. And then we also have a new Captain Marvel that is exclusive to Target, along with a pop moment of all three of the main characters, being Monica, Carol, and Kamala, all together. So as you can tell, just a lot of figures for this wave, and I'm sure again there's going to be way more in the future. But I would not mind them at all, especially if they are cool pops. If we can get some other like crazy like glow in the dark Captain Marvel pops, I think that would be amazing. One thing I do want them to do is just make a little bit of a more unique Ms. Marvel pop, because all of them have been very similar. I know her powers are a little bit limiting. She really only does a couple things with her powers, that you can really put into a pop, but still all of the pops that they've done so far are pretty much the exact same thing. So to wrap it up, guys, I did enjoy the Marvels. I do recommend seeing it. I will give it a thumbs up in my book. Definitely an enjoyable superhero film. But now I do want to throw it over to you guys. What do you think about these new Funko Pops for the Marvels? Did you guys pick up any of these pops for your collection? And which ones are your favorite? And also let me know, did you see the new movie, The Marvels, in theaters? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like in this video as well if you enjoyed it. And of course, you can always hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. But thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.